And we welcome you live to another edition of This is Wrestling. Versage, Zach McGibbon, and Sami Zayn. Giving it away right away, has won the WWE Championship. Zach McGibbon, Night of Champions, as we sit here on a Sunday afternoon getting ready for Forbidden Door. I know you are getting ready for the Great American Bash. You're getting ready for Slammiversary. You're getting ready for Forbidden Door. But Night of Champions, we have a new WWE champion, and his name is Sami Zayn. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Mr. Versage. Surprising result from yesterday's Night of Champions show. Looking forward to discussing all of that. But as you mentioned, a lot of wrestling going on. No, I will not be watching NXT's Great American Bash because as far as I'm concerned, NXT is not a real television show. The wrestlers aren't real. You can't tell me Evil's on that show because that's not real. I am more likely to watch Slammiversary than NXT because at least with Slammiversary, there's the intrigue of a new creative lead. What are they going to do now that they've let some people go? Like, what's the direction that TNA is going to go? At least I have that interest in that product. NXT, they could do whatever they want. Like, they could put the title on Evil for all I care, or Naraku, whatever his name is down there. They could do that. But, of course, talking Night of Champions here ahead of Forbidden Door later today.
Let's get right into it. I'm not going from the beginning and getting down to the end. We'll talk about all the matches. But Sami Zayn is your new WWE Undisputed Champion after Cody Rhodes going for the Crossroads, and he's able to secure the pin out of that position. And look, this is a surprise. I guess we shouldn't be as surprised if Sami Zayn does it in Saudi Arabia and, you know, promoting on his way down to the ring that it's his 10th opportunity to win the WWE Championship. And he's been, you know, inserting himself in this main event picture for a while. I don't know how surprised we should be, but for the WWE, I am still surprised they did it. And I have to tell you, number one, I'm very, very pleasantly surprised that he was able to do this. There are certain wrestlers I just really like as wrestlers, as, you know, I don't know Sami Zayn, but he seems like a pretty good person, represents himself very well. And in his, 24 years had never won this championship, and 10 or more in the WWE. So for him to get to the top of the mountain, I was pretty happy. I was surprised. They surprised me when I was watching a match, which I think is great. And there's nothing that you can take away from me from the legitimate pop in that arena. Like, people were going crazy in that arena in beautiful Riyadh, but they were like out of their minds happy. And I haven't seen a crowd in the WWE kind of react that way in a very long time. And it brought me some joy to watch Sami Zayn as the new WWE champion.
I have two trains of thought on Sami Zayn winning the WWE Championship. I will continue on the positive outlook here,
okay.
Positive train, because Lee, I am a new man, as you know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to follow along with the positive.
Only you could be negative about Sami Zayn winning the WWE Championship. So you're going to bring something up that's negative, but why don't you start with the positives?
No, I'll start with the positives. Look, I'll say this. Thought it was a great match. I thought that three-way between Gunther, Sami Zayn, and Cody Rhodes, what they were able to do. For a while, I was thinking maybe this is not the Cody Rhodes and even Gunther to an extent that I think they are, that I have in my head of them being as wrestlers. And this match changed that for me of like, okay, they definitely still can go out there and have a kick-ass match when they need to. And I thought this was a very, very good main event. Was it? No, I'll stay on my positives.
Yeah, see?
See, I've caught myself. I caught myself on that. Number two, genuinely surprised about the finish. Did not expect Sami Zayn to get the victory, especially on that roll-up. I literally got out of my chair when that happened. I was like, oh my God, they actually did it. Like, it just came out of nowhere for me. Like, I didn't see it coming. And I think the reaction was genuine. Michael Cole through his faulty headset even was not
Yep.
seems surprised. I will have a lot to say about that later.
There's another side angle that showed Corey Graves, and look, whether he's acting or whether they didn't tell him, he looked like it was a genuine pop. Like he did a oh my god moment where he didn't talk for a little bit because
Yeah.
it was like I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So and then they showed the crowd. They did a good job showing the crowd. The crowd was like off the chain excited. Like I just haven't seen a pop like that in a long time.
Yeah, neither have I. So it was, I was definitely pleasantly surprised about that. And again, the reaction afterwards, I felt good at the end of a WWE PLE league.
Okay.
I felt good. I was like, I haven't felt this feeling at the end of a main event in a while. And so so those are all my positives. I'm like, I'm glad he won, finally won. And you know, it was a genuine, I think, good moment. Um, and I think it was all well done from that aspect.
MVB Marcus says I leapt off of the couch, and I know that he sent an email as well and said, I'm not going to lie, I got emotional watching Sami Zayn win and celebrating his championship. My mom is first generation Syrian Canadian, and I'm going to call her now. And see, when you get emails like that, and Marcus, thank you for sending that. Thank you for always being a part of the show like you are.
Yep.
But that's what wrestling can do. When I read that, and I saw that when you go back and you watch that crowd, I probably went back and watched it 10 times because the emotion that was in that arena and the fact that Marcus would watch a wrestling event and call his mother to tell her about this. That's what wrestling can do. And that's what Sami Zayn has always been able to do. And that's why it's very frustrating to not have watched him maybe more in the main event picture. But as you said, I can't take away from the good feeling that had. I mean, it's a 24-year wrestling journey to get to the top of the mountain. How many insane Ring of Honor matches have we watched with El Generico and just gone, oh my God, this guy is incredible. And he is so over everywhere he goes. And he finally gets to WWE and he was very, very over as well. And they just never did anything with it. And they finally did.
Yep. So with all that setup that you put in there, now I have to be the bad guy here.
Oh, hold on a second. Let's get to some of the.
Okay. All right.
Our boy Rich, oh my God, wrestling hangover today. Got spoiled by social media. That's why you got to get off your phone.
Yep.
I didn't watch this in real time, but I didn't get on my phone to spoil it because I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I was the same. I was at an event yesterday, so it was easier for me to be off my phone. So I was genuinely like, I did not know the Sami Zayn stuff had happened when I watched it.
But listen to this. I still had to finish SmackDown. Already found out that he won before I got to their segment at the end of the show, and then said end up watching SmackDown win the full Night of Champions and then most of the newest episode of NXT before going to bed at 2 a.m.
Well, you didn't have to watch NXT. That's okay. Like that could have been a skippable in my opinion.
But watching people rush forward as he won was amazing. I teared up a little seeing how excited the crowd was. And to me, that I didn't tear up, but man, I was moved. I will say that from the way that those people cared when he won, like it, and going out into the crowd and just seeing the emotion in the rest of the crowd. I even saw, you'll be very happy about this, I saw a clip from our boy, Karrion Kross.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, who's our boy in this case? Your boy for sure. He's your boy.
But he was doing a press conference, and I guess it had just happened, and he didn't know. And so the next wrestling journalist to come up and ask a question told him And he literally like got up out of his chair, double fist pump. Finally. So the trickle down effect of something like this, I don't know why they don't do this more often, and they've been the same predictable show for a long time. I don't know why they don't tap into this stuff.
Yep.
But they did last night. And so, or yesterday afternoon here, but they did, and you have to give them credit for doing it. I don't know. We can talk about what's going to happen next.
Yep.
I can tell you I'm not super positive about where they're going.
Yep.
But for the right here and the right now, this was the right decision. And they pulled the trigger on it. And I thought it was really good.
I agree with that too. I also agree they needed something, man. Like I'm going on here and, you know, I'm continually getting shot down on having The Rock come back in. And I know he's not great, but at least he would be at least it would be interesting to see what would go on.
Hold on, Zach. I'm already, no, he wouldn't be interesting.
Oh, like, he would be way more. Have you seen this booking? We'll talk about the rest of the show. Have you seen this booking from Triple H? Don't even get me started. Like, I know Triple H told me recently that I can't take it so seriously, and I just gotta be.
It's insane to say out loud. And I saw Meltzer talk about that, and he's not wrong when he's like, if you're the head of the NFL, Roger Goodell, if you're the head of, he was talking about a movie studio, or like you came out with a blockbuster movie and you were kind of telling the fans, don't take it so seriously.
Yeah.
Like, no. The fans get to do what they want when they want and react how they want. But I'm going to tell you, The Rock is a lot like Brady Kachuk to me right now.
There you go. There's a comp.
Right. And I am going to comp it because you know what? And I mean this like very sincerely. I don't give a crap what Brady Kachuk has to say.
Yep.
I don't care what he's going to say in front of a microphone. I don't care what he says on the next podcast. I don't care what he says on Pat McAfee. And this is not like a guy scorned. I'm not a massive Sens fan and a massive Brady Kachuk fan, but the guy fibs and doesn't tell the truth a lot of the time. And you get to a point where you're like, okay, I simply don't care what you're going to say anymore.
Yeah.
And so I feel that way with The Rock. So you're not going to tell me it's going to be more interesting with him coming in. It's not. I don't believe anything he ever has to say.
I'm not talking about The Rock, like, you know, going out on as be like, you know, WWE is a cultural. I'm talking about on-screen character, The Rock beating up Cody Rhodes with the belt like he did last time and changing up the theme,
pulling all the strings, screwing everything up anyway. He's not. He could screw it up more than Triple H.
Oh, I disagree with that. Have you seen Triple H's booking recently, Lee?
Yeah,
at least with The Rock, it would be interesting.
And the booking was decent on this show.
If The Rock was on, it forced a John Cena heel turn, and you went on this show and said John Cena heel turn. This could be like Hogan's heel turn. That's a different topic. I brought it up as a reference.
I remember his fault, and this is not a Triple H is a great booker conversation. Yeah. This is, I think both of them stink.
Yes.
That's what this is. This is like rock bottom. Oh,
I see what you did there.
Rock bottom for both.
Yes. I'm just saying, at least Triple H is boring bad. Rock is like watching a train crash bad. That's at least a little bit more interesting.
I was watching it, honestly, thought about paying you guys for a Patreon just to hear how miserable you would be while watching it.
Oh.
Now we're on to something there.
Yeah. There you go.
We're on to something there with Patreon and us watching WWE and NXT shows and getting paid to be miserable.
That's okay for me. I mean, look,
so there's a price. I'm not going to watch NXT, but
of course there's a price.
$bucks.
Of course there's a price. Absolutely.
Okay.
But in this case, but the reason why I bring it up though,
the reason about this show.
So the reason why I bring it up with the Sami Zayn stuff, it's kind of a play off of, you know, some of the future elements of this, and also like, so in this case, like, I had a genuine reaction of like, oh my God, they actually did it. Like, holy moly. This is something that they went forward with. And I felt good about it. The reaction was good. Lee, I just couldn't help myself. I'm this sort of guy. I was also thinking, man, this just feels too late. This is, even with the reaction got on Saudi Arabia, I'm like, they're doing this now while he's a heel, and it was a roll up, not after the big like moment, like Montreal popped back in from a few years ago, Lee, and I'm
Yep.
like, man, I couldn't. I'm like, man, I shouldn't be thinking that, but so I thought, and like, not to take away from the moment, but it's like, man, you were kind of touching on. It's like they mentioned it on commentary. This is the 10th time,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
They had
man,
it on the graphic as he walked in too, which I'm like, maybe he is going to win.
yeah,
When they put it on the graphic.
yeah. But the 10th time is makes you think. Go back to the other times, and you're like, I thought it still makes you think there were better times, and it goes back to sometimes they just delay it way too long.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like
So
they
I
should have
I
done it
couldn't help
before.
myself with that.
They should have, even if they were going to take it off of him, they should have given it to him in Montreal against Roman.
Yeah. While
And
he was a
then,
baby face, while
and
he
then,
was at his
yeah, yeah.
hottest points, and like,
But
but he's a heel now, Lee. Like
that's,
it's
but we're,
it's
but
weird.
we're talking about it now, though.
Yep.
Like it happened yesterday.
Yep.
It, it didn't happen a couple of years ago. You want to criticize them for that? Okay. Like I'm with you. They probably should have.
Yep. I don't know. I feel like, how do I put this? I feel like if it would be any other company, the leash wouldn't be as long. I will say that. I feel like with this, if it was any other company, we would be saying, well, this was too late. We saw this with Santana in TNA, where
I agree. They missed their
that was too
shot,
long.
and
And
he feels like a champion that every time I see him on, it's like, no, you should have had it when you were like really hot,
yep.
because you're not really hot anymore.
And we rightfully said at the time about TNA, like the whole LOL TNA, like this is like you missed the peak. And I heard Tommy Dreamer try to explain himself on that decision, where he's like, well, we didn't have any challengers set up, so we had to like wait a little bit later. I'm like, God, if only, who would be the person in charge of creating challengers for that, right? When you have something like that, and then saying, well, and I look at the attendance for the next step pay-per-view, and I know I made that right decision. Lee, can you tell me who Mike Santana's opponent was on that pay-per-view? Exactly, Lee. Because that wasn't the drawing match. The drawing match was the Dudleys versus the Hardys in the one last
Right.
table match.
Right.
That was the drawing match. And what is Santana doing to draw all these houses that TNA is really bringing in?
Okay,
You know?
so
But
TNA
that's
missed
different.
TNA missed their shot with Mike Santana.
But what
I
I'm
think we
saying
can-
about
I think
that
we can
is
both
like,
agree on that.
yeah, but we rightfully criticize on it.
Yep.
I don't know. I think, and granted, Sami Zayn is a much more beloved wrestler than Mike Santana. He has a lot more of that longevity to him. I get that, but I don't know. I just like, I want to make it clear. I like the moment. I really like the match. I like what they did, but I just couldn't help myself but thinking, man, they put it as the 10th time. They're doing this while he's a heel. Like, and the way that he won, like with the roll up through, while it was a surprising pin, still just conjured up these thoughts of like, man, they could have done this much earlier to an even bigger reaction, in my opinion. But
Marcus says Zach isn't feeling very oozy about Sammy's championship win.
I don't think I'm as oozy as others, but I liked it. I thought it was a great moment. It was generally something I needed from the WWE product in a while.
Yes. And we can say all we want that they missed their mark, and I think we're right.
Mhm.
But even at that time, even if they gave the title to him in Montreal, it still might not have been as big a reaction as there was yesterday. Like, people had tears in their eyes. People were like, it was pandemonium when he won that match.
Mhm.
And so, look, there are moments, company. They got a moment. And this time they got a moment with somebody that I happen to really like.
Yep.
And so, as they were saying, as they went off the air, he's now part of this club, right? He is a WWE heavyweight champion of the world. And not too many people get to call themselves that.
Yep.
And he does.
Yep.
So I think probably for another show here coming up later on in the week, we can talk about like where they're gonna go. And I'm very much fearing, just to give you a bit of a preview, like my huge fear here is literally Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
It's like, is Brock Lesnar they got a big show coming up in the middle of July at Madison Square Garden. Is Brock Lesnar going to come in and destroy him like he destroyed Kofi Kingston and win the title in 30 seconds and take it on to SummerSlam? I don't know. Like, I don't know what their big plan is. I hope, like right now, I don't see him ever still having the title following SummerSlam, but that's okay. Gonna enjoy it right now.
Yep.
And if they do something that I don't love after that, then we'll talk about it, I guess, at that time. So let's get to how the show kicked off. Main event, Jey Uso. Main event, Jey Uso. Main event.
Correct.
Who begins the show against Obafemi. And if you could just tell me what the hell took so long for this match to start, I would love to know.
Yeah, a great question. Because I'll admit I was fast forwarding a little bit through everything. I will say though, you could tell that there was a lot of filler because I'm clicking fast forward a lot, and I'm like, come on! Like,
by the time Jey Uso came down, it's like, what are they doing? And finally, Obafemi comes down. Like,
sometimes I'll watch a little bit of the entrances just to kind of get a sense of crowd, so I can come on here and say, okay, crowd was into this guy, but like, and then Uso did the run it back. It's like, all right, fast forward, let's get out of this. I don't need to run this back.
So I want to know what you thought of the match and what you thought Jey Uso got out of Obafemi.
The match, I watched it. I don't think there was much. I didn't really come away with a lot of it. Like, they were trying to make it a little bit more competitive. They were trying to show a different side of Obafemi, I guess, as opposed to like going in against Brock. But I don't know if that was the right approach to kind of do that with Obafemi.
You don't think so?
Like, I get it from you trying to develop him.
You can't be like that all the time.
All the time. I agree. I think you could get away with that in the Rise a little bit, but it's also Jey Uso, right? Like, if you're not really gonna get, he's not Toshiaki Kawada out there, Lee. Like, he's Jey Uso. I not a lot of people could look great in a Jey Uso match. Gunter tried as he might, and he didn't look great in a Jey Uso match. So I'm not going to take too much away. Obviously, they were trying to change it up with Obafemi and try and have him work a different style match. And look, if you're going to be a main event guy, you have to work different styles, and you have to be somebody that's able to work, whether it be the shorter match or in this case, a standard, I think it was an 8-minute match or something like that for this. So I think when all that kind of comes together, to me, this was a match that didn't particularly blow me away. I'm not concerned about Obafemi's rise because I will say this, at least they are focused on a guy and they're trying to push him and they're trying to make him something. God, how many times, Lee, have I gone on this show and been begging this company to just focus in on a guy, somebody new, and they're doing it with Obafemi. And so let's see what they've got with him, right? Yeah. So, and I'm glad there was no run-ins. I'm glad Brock didn't run in. Like, I know there could have been the easy out there, but I'm glad they just had him win and had him pin him clean. It's like, okay, this is the guy. We're moving forward with this guy. He is our king of the ring. He's going to challenge for the title at SummerSlam. Perfect. And that's all I need.
I know the bar is low when you don't get a run in and a guy just wins clean and the right guy wins. For Obafemi going 8 minutes, I thought it was decent. Yep. It wasn't like you have to go back and watch it. It was, it was not awful. And I'm like you. I watched it and went, okay, well, not the greatest match I've ever seen, but it wasn't awful.
Yep.
The right guy won, no interference, and they're setting the guy up to be the next guy. And, I've said for a couple of times, I think maybe he goes on to double main event SummerSlam, and we'll see if they're going to run with that. But the right guy won, and he pinned. I think you and I on the preview show did take Obafemi, right?
Yes. But I was in hysterics because as we were talking about it, boards, and we were thinking maybe there is a path for Jey Uso, and I was like, I don't want to come on this show and talk about King Yeet or whatever we were saying,
Yeah.
the Yeet King or whatever.
King of the
So
Yeet.
I was not a Yeet of the ring, whatever,
Yeet of
right?
the
Like
ring.
I was not ready to come on here and do that, and they didn't do that. One thing I do want to mention though, and this was a overall theme of the night, something that I did not want to bring up in the Sami Zayn segment because I felt it was
Yep.
its own thing and it didn't belong in that place. But I think it's fair to bring this up now. Not only did we have to deal with Michael Cole on commentary for this show, Lee, we had to deal with overmodulated Michael Cole for this afternoon. Oh my God. What was going on with the headset there, Lee?
Yeah, they did not have a great production when it came to their audio. It was actually terrible.
It was not good. Like Cole, like it became so obvious that he has bad inflections when he tries to go up for the bigger call.
Yeah.
And Lee, during that main event when Corey Graves was calling the match, it was like heaven in my ears. I was like, oh my God, like he is such a better play-by-play guy. I didn't realize how much better until I heard it. So I'm like, you know what? That's okay. Just keep his headset off. It doesn't work. Corey Graves is a more than capable announcer, and he could carry this over. But then somebody in the back had to make the call over to Graves. Like, hand your headset to Michael Cole. And so it's like, so he goes on there and says, I'm giving my headset to Michael Cole here, and we're going to try and get this resolved. And Michael Cole gets back on the headset, and I wanted to punch my screen. I was like, don't do this. He's fine. I know you're like, this is big moment. Sami Zayn needs to get the big. I don't need the Michael Cole call of this. It's fine. I don't need him to make another miracle call. All right. He's done the miracle call like 17 times throughout his career. Yep. Like I'm good with this. So overmodulated Michael Cole throughout the afternoon, and it was hurting my ears. At first I'm like, is this something on my end? Is my speaker screwing up?
No,
then there was a point in that Obafemi Jey Uso match where like he's trying to make a call. You could see it off of the corner if you go back and watch. You see him off of the corner, and he's trying to make a call, and you could tell there's something wrong with the audio because he goes silent for a bit.
Yeah.
And then it comes back up, and in the corner you see Michael Cole like throw his hands up like, oh God, like what, like because he's hearing it in his headset too. So brutal listening experience more than usual. I don't know what was going on with the audio. Usually I don't talk about production with WWE. Usually they have it's overproduced, but at least it's produced, right? In this case though, oh my God, I couldn't help but noticing it.
Liv Morgan and Io Sky for the Queen of the Ring finals, even though one's a champion already. Yes. Once Danhausen cursed Morgan, you knew, Zach. I mean, we already knew Io Sky was going to win. But after that, I'll say again, like, not a great match. But I thought there'd be interference from Dom. I thought something would happen, and not really. Just Io Sky beating Liv Morgan. It's a small bar for me to get over, isn't it?
Yeah, that's kind of the standard of WWE, really. As soon as Danhausen came out, first of all, when he said, I'm looking for human monies here in Saudi Arabia, it's like, I don't know if I would want to go to Saudi Arabia for human monies. I feel like there's an ethical issue there, Danhausen, if you're looking for human monies there. But he cursed Liv Morgan, and as soon as I saw that happen, I was like, well, she's losing. Like they've established this on TV, right?
Yep.
So I thought they worked hard. I thought it was better than the Ioba match, but not by much. Like,
yep.
Io Sky is a very good wrestler. I took some notes here of what Michael Cole was doing. All right, how is Liv Morgan going to win? Like going to Corey Graves and be like, how is Liv Morgan going to win? And how is Io Sky going to win? And I wrote it down here. I'm just pulling it up in my notes. But so the way that Io Sky has to win. All right, here's the notes. Here's the analysis that we got on commentary from Corey Graves. In order for Io Sky to win, quote, Io needs to take to the skies. Riveting.
Well, it's in her name, Zach. So
I'm stunned. That's the analysis. Like, no way, it has to go to the skies. I was like, all right, not great analysis there. Let's go with Liv Morgan. All right, what does Liv Morgan have to do? Liv has to keep doing what she's doing. What does that mean?
She hasn't defended the title at all.
Yes. It's like, what does that mean? Keep doing what she's doing. And then I was like, okay, how is he going to build up on this? Like, she's got to focus on the game plan. She's got to really take it to EOS. I'm like, what's the game plan? like all I'm asking for is remove her, high flying ability. That's all I was asking. And nothing. It was like, stick to what she's doing. And I'm like, what is she doing? What is this analysis?
You know what? This is a problem, though, in sports broadcast, not just wrestling.
Yes.
Because it's sponsored and you'll see the keys to the game and they're just the most ridiculous things you'll ever.
Right.
Like, they put zero thought into it. They really need to dump and chase on this, big and slow defense, or they really need to, make use of the power play. Like, no crap. They need to score in the power play. Like,
get shots on net. Oh, yes, of course.
They're so bad, but they're sponsored. And now that you can see the WWE trying to turn it more into a sports type broadcast with these things, man, oh man.
Yeah. So I took note of that. I was like, that's the expert analysis here. Io needs to take to the skies. Like, well, obviously her name is Io Sky. I would imagine she would do that. So there's your expert analysis. The match itself, like, again, I think they worked hard. I thought it was a better match than the King in the Ring match, but it was Io Sky won. Liv Morgan was cursed, and Danhausen made his appearance. And I'm starting to shudder a little bit with old Danhausen.
Why?
I don't know.
You enjoyed the interview I sent you with Michael Cole.
I did like that he referenced the SGT slaughter. That was pretty
Cole
funny.
Almost started laughing right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Had to contain himself.
So I have lost the ability to trust Michael Cole just in general. So I don't know if that's real or not. Because I just find, like, I don't know. Every time I see Michael Cole, I just see fake. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That might be harsh, but.
No, I don't disagree. Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins in a steel cage match. I'm interested to hear what you think about this one. Seth Rollins comes out the victor.
I hated the finish, but I thought the overall match itself was not bad.
You hated the finish, really?
I hated the finish.
Okay, why?
What so over dramatic. Like, what are we doing? It's why Seth bothers me as a pro wrestler, and I can't buy into that he's a great pro wrestler. I think he's a good pro wrestler, but has bad instincts.
What did you hate? Because the ending, for people who didn't see it, was that basically Seth went through most of his moves, including the stomp, could not get Braun Breaker as he kicked out, and he basically set up for another one, and Braun kind of put his hand up, exhausted, and said, basically, stop. Like, I just don't have enough in me.
Yeah.
And Seth was looking at him and reacting and kind of like, what's going on? I thought it was a little bit odd about, like, the final Hulk up that Braun Breaker did. But in order to put him down after all of that, I thought a really good looking stomp from, was it the second to the top rope?
Top rope.
From the top rope. An emphatic stomp to finish off Braun Breaker when he was almost done. He even knew he was almost done by putting the hand up. And then Rollins finished him off with a stomp from the top rope. What did you hate about it so much?
I hate the stop. Like, stop, brother. Like, I'm getting up and Seth's like, oh, like you're saying react. He's like, oh, like this dumb face that he made when he was looking at him. And I was like, he's like, guys, I don't need acting. I don't, you guys are not Emmy actors. Can we please stop this? And then the move itself, like if he just went up to do that, like if there was that like looking up and like, what do I have to do to beat this guy sort of deal, which I know that's what they were trying to go for, but that was like times 10. And I just like, if they just went a little bit more concise with it and they had him go off of the top and beat Braun with that, then I would have been okay. But I thought this was just over the top melodrama that I just can't stand in today's pro wrestling, where we have to act and we got the face and just like act so stupid.
Can you
like,
just make that sound
stupid.
again? Just keep making that sound. It's incredible.
So stupid. It's stupid. Like I watched this and I'm like, this makes me feel so stupid. Like just put the guy away. I'm not asking for much here. All right. And then
but he's confused because Braun puts his hand up, but you can see it's more like you've pretty much beat me, and I really don't have anything left. I gotta tell you, didn't hate it. And again, I thought the ending was decent. I thought Seth's off the top stomp was good. I thought no interference again, because I totally expected it in this match.
Me too.
If there was one match, I thought this is a lock.
Yeah.
It was this one. So I didn't get that. I got a clear winner. Braun got nicked up, I don't think intentionally.
Nope.
From the table. I thought they tried pretty hard in this match. I thought it was a good false finish when Seth hit all of his moves. The pedigree into the stomp and didn't get him. I thought that was a decent false finish.
Mm-hmm.
I hear what you're saying about the melodrama. And I like, some of me is like, yeah, Zach's probably right. But if I look at it from a whole, right after that, a great looking stomp, a definitive winner, no interference. Pretty much what it was designed to do, which I never thought they were going to do.
Yep.
So, they set the bar really, really low on this one because I thought there was going to be interference for sure. I did not think we'd have a clear and decisive winner. I thought the ending, like especially the stomp in the top, was really good. And we haven't really seen him do that.
Nope.
So I thought there were some elements in this that made me go, okay, you know what? They're not overcomplicating it.
I did appreciate that stuff. I have learned to accept that with a steel cage match, cage can't be the only weapon. You got to throw your toolbox in. You got to throw your chairs in, whatnot. I've just grown to accept it at this point.
Doesn't sound like you've completely accepted.
I'm 95%. There's still the 5% that seeps through. But like what happened? I mean, when you have low expectations and you have low standards, like what do you want me to say? But I look, they went out there, accomplished it. I will say though, my feeling on Braun continues to diminish the more that he is booked in this stuff, because they had him definitively lose and they had him eliminated by Dominic Mysterio in the Royal Rumble. And the more that they continue to push, the more I'm like, maybe I'm more focused on him as being a big star than they do. Like,
well, they don't see him as a big star.
No.
And I think we all believe they thought he was the next guy.
Yep.
And they have booked him the opposite. And I remember very, very well coming into that Rumble and being eliminated so early. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it really hasn't gotten a whole lot better for him.
No. And now he's definitively lost to Seth Rollins. And I get the storyline. It's okay if you're having this extended feud where the babyface wins at the end because he's the heel. But that also has to come with him being elevated in the process of this feud, where you come away from it feeling like he's a bigger star. And you don't get that feeling with him right now.
At all.
At all.
In fact, giving him the tag strap when Logan Paul got hurt and just giving it to him didn't help him either. right? Like,
Exactly.
and then they took it off him and they lost and like, okay, like
Yeah. I just annoying.
Kyle is in, so they had to laugh at the Jay match. Think he hit 3 super kicks, 3 spears, and 3 suicide dives. That's basically it. Haven't watched a match in WWE in a long time and just shut it off after that. All right.
There you go.
Well, you missed Sami Zayn winning the WWE Championship, Kyle. If
But
that's
that's
true.
also short-term stuff too. Like, Kyle's not getting bought into a short-term pop. You know, he wants long-term results, and that's what I respect about Kyle, because you're all getting sucked into the short term. It's you finally won, even though it should have happened years ago. But
No, we're not getting sucked in. Can't I just be happy for a guy in the moment?
oh, of course,
Okay.
it's a
And
moment
that
company,
they,
and
and
it's
that
hard to
they
buy
actually
in.
gave us a moment.
Yeah, like a legitimate moment,
Yes.
as opposed to a moment they tell you is a moment.
Yes. A surprise moment that you're actually happy for the guy.
Yep,
That's what they gave to us.
yep.
Well, just like all of us, Kyle, I'll be fine after Forbidden Door tonight. You know what? Just like all of us, okay?
Yes. So, but yeah,
Unfortunately, Zach won't be able to, but I do have some others, Ben and Tanner and Steve, and they're all coming over to watch Forbidden Door tonight. We're going to mix in a Red Blacks post game show, but
yeah, there's a lot. There's been a lot of recording. That's why you got to subscribe to This Is OSN if you're tuning in right now. But yes, so steel cage match. I didn't like the finish. In fact, I hated it. But the match itself,
okay,
was solid.
Well, then you must have been happy that you got, it came right back after this match with Trick Williams and Ricky Saints.
Oh, I was whooping that trick, Lee. Whoop that trick, right?
I can tell you that this was terrible for me. Like I just had no interest in it.
Yeah.
I was trying. I watched it. I had no interest. Like I didn't have a rooting interest. I didn't really care about either guy. I don't know what they've done for me with Trick. It felt like he was kind of going to be a bigger star, and now he's petered out for me.
Yeah.
Ricky Saints has never quite got there.
Let's talk about Ricky Saints here.
Yep. Kyle says I'll be with Pastor Josiah tuning in. Well, that's good.
There you go.
Everyone getting together. We can we can link up and make sure that everyone is on the same page while watching. I'm looking forward to watching Forbidden Door as well.
Me too, and we'll have a review on that. Ricky Saints not over. Like he is like crickets when he comes down.
Another guy.
He's another guy. Crazy. Remember when he was like the hottest guy coming out of AEW, and they were like, "Oh, he's so underserved in AEW, and he should come to WWE. He'll be a big time star there."
He had some weird sit out period too, didn't he? What was it?
Yes.
What happened? I don't remember actually.
Are you talking about an AEW where he was just like sitting out or whatever? Or
yeah, and then he just wasn't around for a while, and then finally he just left and went to NXT, and
it was very weird. There wasn't much that came out of it. It was clearly like the only thing that's, and this is speculation and rumor, so take it with a grain of salt, but apparently the rumor is he indicated he was not going to sign with AEW or re-sign with them. And so when Tony heard that, he said, "All right, well, I'm not booking you, and like I'm not going to put you on if you're not going to be committed to the product." And so that's the rumor and speculation, but I don't know if it's ever been confirmed. But it's all been weird with Ricky. And then of course that NXT segment. And people ask me, "Why don't you watch NXT?" I point to that Ricky Saints segment on Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
And say I just stay away. But you had that, and just guy has not hit the same since he's gone to WWE. It's
not at all.
Not at all. And they've given him the entrance. Like a lot of his stuff is what you see from his time in AEW, but when he hits the ring, like no pop. It's crazy.
Yeah. I hate to put him in this category, but he actually does remind me of Jey Uso, where, a little bit of pomp and circumstance and a little bit of, charisma. And then he gets to the ring and it's flat.
Yeah. It's tough. And Jey Uso is definitely more over than Ricky Saints.
Yeah, for sure.
which is a sentence I don't want to say, but I have to be objective here. But
Be objective then on the yacht drop, the little yachty people's elbow that he got to deliver.
Yeah, you want to talk about an indictment of the guy and how they view him? Like it always happens, Lee, and then you'll get some sect of fans that will say, no, they're committed to him and whatnot. It's like, telling you, you see, they go Febby right now with the push that he's getting. He's going to be taking a yacht drop or whatever from Lil Yachty doing the variation of the people's elbow.
No chance.
If they view a guy as a star, they'll book him like a star. They're not doing it for Roman. I was going to say they won't do it for Cody, but after the last couple of WrestleManias, maybe they would. But, if there's a guy that they view as a big star, they're not going to, put that guy in a situation. So if I'm Ricky Saints, I'm reading that writing on the wall and it's like, okay, this is how creative views me right now. If I'm being told to take this elbow drop from Lil Yachty.
Where does he go from here?
Exactly.
Like he basically got jobbed out with the U.S. title.
Yeah.
That pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. Like this feels very LA Knight-ish.
Yeah. I had to slip that in.
Yeah, you got it in quickly, which I'm impressed with. Speaking about trying to get it over quickly, Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill.
Yes.
So I will give sort of thoughts on the show that I really do feel like I didn't get nearly the amount of interference. And I can tell you that if I was going to book one match on this card that did have interference, it would have been this one.
Yeah.
So,
and boy, was there ever.
Well, there was. And for me, I was okay with it because honestly, it didn't take away from the match with Jade and Tiffany because I don't think Jade and Tiffany are very good. So when it gets back to them in the ring later, you're like, okay, there's just not that much difference. But we did see B-Fab, we did see Mishin, we saw Chelsea Green, and we saw Charlotte Flair all on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a very odd use of Chelsea Green in particular.
Yeah.
Like I got the rest of them and what they were doing and why they were there. The Chelsea Green one, not great. And if I have to see one more time with a lot of companies, because WWE is not the only one, but with the camera angle, when somebody goes to pick up the belt and that somebody else is there and they're going to either take the belt away or they're going to put their hands on it, but the camera's not showing them. I just feel like this is a trend in wrestling that we've seen for a long time. And I need it to go away. Yeah. Like I know someone else is there. Like when Jade went to pick the belt up, I'm like 1,000,000% somebody else is going to beat her to it and take it out of her hands.
Yeah.
And that whole, there's the belt, mate. Maybe I should go and pick it up and use it. Huh? Okay. Well, I'll just sort of go just do it. Kevin's in with Michael Hayes says this is good for Chelsea Green.
Oh, yes. Right. Of course.
Right. Thank you, Kevin.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I mean, I'm just imagining the creative meeting and Triple H is sitting there and, he just finished. He's just thinking, man, I really nailed that interview telling people not to take this stuff so seriously. I'm so good at public relations. He's sitting there thinking about how great he is. And he's looking over this card and he's like, guys, we haven't had a single run-in on this card. And he's physically vibrating and shaking guys, there's no run-in on this card. Where do we put in the run? Not a single one. Is guys, we need to make up for this. Instead of having 4 run-ins spread out over 4 matches, why don't we do 4 run-ins in one match? That way we meet our quota. It's whoa, it's a new thing that happens on top of each other.
Okay, but look, I'm going to push back on you a little bit here to say if we got no run-ins on any of the matches and we didn't get a run-in in this match, would we be sitting here praising this match?
Probably not.
Well, no, the answer is no, Zach. It's not probably not. Yeah. It's no. Yeah. Because the two aren't good enough to carry it themselves.
Yes. The problem is it wasn't the one run-in. It was 4 people came in.
I know.
4 of them. 4 people ran in. Yep. I understand that, you got to try and protect the wrestlers. But 4 people, 4 of them, like like Triple H really was like, guys, we need to run in somewhere. Like, just put it. I don't care where. Just I need 4 people to run in. So, get fired up for that.
Kevin says this is the third going to run in for Jade Cargill matches. First Mania, Clash in Italy, and now Night of Champions.
Sensing a pattern here.
Zach, I think your whole, if they book you like that, that's what you are.
Yep. They don't think she's very good, so they have to protect her.
Yep.
And if they have to do 8 run-ins to do it, they'll do it.
And so, you know what bothers me the most about this is that the wrestler themselves either don't realize it or like don't want to get better so that this doesn't happen. Because if you and I are sitting here talking about it, and it's very clear, they do run-ins with Jade all the time because she's not very good. But wouldn't you know that as a wrestler too? Like, shouldn't Jade know that and go like, man, I need to get good enough where they don't have to send out the cavalry to distract everybody that I'm not very good. But she just doesn't seem to get better.
I don't understand it, Lee. It's the same with Jey Uso where he's talking about blocking out fan noise. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe like, I'm not saying you got to listen to every bit of fan criticism because fans are very finicky, but there's been a consistent thing with you about your ability to work in the ring.
Right. Just go out and have a great match.
Yeah.
Then
like
you won't have to worry about it.
Right. Like I don't understand. I think there is a bit of a lack of self-awareness issue among a lot of wrestlers where it's just, and I think there's also this idea that's been cultivated like, fans don't know what they're doing. I mean, heck, their head bookers talking about the fans taking it too seriously. So why should the wrestlers listen to that critique? Right. Like I just, it's frustrating because, you know, when we do these shows, I am a very harsh self-critiquer at the end of these shows where I'm like, okay, how did I do this? And how did I get this point across and whatnot? And I try to be better in radio.
That's how people get better.
That's right. Like I do this in radio, do this with this. Like I'm one of those people that's, you know, analyzes like, okay, so I feel like it should be something that's common, especially in sports where it's like, you know, you're just like, okay, I didn't have the greatest play. I made this turnover. They literally have these meetings with like, okay, you didn't like, you had this turnover. We got to improve on this. Like coaches do that all the time. I don't know if that's the thing in WWE. I just think they're like, okay, crowd go loud. We good. Like crowd make noise. We good.
Yep.
I feel like that's kind of the simplicity of it.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that because the self-awareness point, I think, is a really good one. Jey Uso consistently going out and talking about the negative reactions and how he doesn't pay attention to it, but he references it all the time. And so, especially for a guy like him, if he just went out and had like 2 really good matches in big spots, like at a pay-per-view and then maybe like a Saturday night's main event where you're like, holy man, like the best match of the night was Jey Uso.
Yep.
Everyone would stop talking about it. Especially for him. He would only need a couple to change the narrative, but he never does. And then he complains about it.
Yep. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, and I'll go with a positive example of a wrestler taking critique and then it working out beneficial for him. This would not be WWE related, but there's a wrestler, because I think we have a WWE hardcore audience in the chat here. There's a wrestler by the name of Jordan Oliver who, when he was young, he was not considered a very good wrestler when he started. And he would read that stuff. I remember putting out a tweet, watching a Jordan Oliver match, being like, man, they did this sequence. They were trying to do the Ospreay Ricochet stuff and it wasn't good. I'm like, man, like it's very bold. I think I put out a tweet of saying like, oh, it's very bold, but these guys aren't experienced enough. They gotta, you know, get more reps in if they're going to be doing these spots like this. Jordan Oliver, it became a thing where he would go and find those tweets and he would like all of those tweets and he would take those criticisms to heart. And he said, okay, I got to do this better. I got to do this better. I got to do this better. And he would read what some of the criticisms were And now he's gotten much better. He's a much better professional wrestler, and he's signed to AEW if I'm correct. If not, has been on their program and has been somebody that they have continued to try and keep an eye on. That's something where it's like, okay, a guy's self-aware, knows he's got to be better in this, and is working on it to be better. And look at where it's pulled off for him, where he's now signed to a major company.
Yeah. And it's nice that you put yourself over that he's listening to you. But
I was like, why would he like this tweet? And then I noticed he had been liking other people's tweets that were similar. Like, and then it came through the grapevine.
So everyone has different ways of going about this, but you still have to get to the same place at the end. Whether you're going to listen to like an internet crowd, or you're going to listen to people that you respect, or you're not going to listen to any of those people, but you're going to watch your tapes and you're going to watch how you do things, and you're actually going to go back and try to improve different things that you thought weren't very good. You're going to take some advice from it. There's different ways to go, but they all lead back to the same thing: is you have to try to keep improving. You have to understand what you're doing, what's good, but maybe some of the things that aren't so good. And if you continually try and do that and get better, it's not because like Lee Versage or Zach McGibbon or anybody else says that, oh, you weren't very good. It's more understanding, whether it's through your own watching, whether it's through other people's criticisms, whether it's just going to veterans and saying, how can I get better?
Yep.
You have to do that. Not only in the world of professional wrestling, but in anything that you are committing to as a craft. You have to do those things, or else you're just going to be yelling back at the internet crowd all the time. And in the back of your mind, you know what happens with all this stuff? In the back of Jey Uso's mind, and in the back of like Jade Cargill's mind, yeah, they're like, I'm making $1 million or whatever, and I'm living the life, and I'm probably doing better than the people who are criticizing me. But they know in the back of their mind that they're not as good as they could be. They know it. And that's why they lash out. Tiffany Stratton wins after all the interference over Jade Cargill, and her wig did not come off.
Yes. By the way, should mention from that Queen of the Ring match that Io Sky did challenge Liv Morgan immediately after the match.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if she beat him and was like, you know what? I'm going to challenge Tiffany Stratton. Like, I could beat her. I know I could beat her.
The U.S. title. Tiffany Stratton's the U.S. champion.
Right. Sorry. My apologies.
No, I actually think that I don't mind that she challenged her right away, but I think there was a storyline there with Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
Right? Like they were friends. They parted to go their separate ways. And would I be way more interested in an Io Sky Rhea Ripley match at SummerSlam? Yep.
For sure.
So Kevin says this is not the young Jey Uso from a couple of years ago. No, that's true. But he kind of acts like he's a big deal, and then gets mad when people run him down. And to me, he doesn't have backup. Like what's his backup? That he sells t-shirts? Okay. So Night of Champions, I know we went in a bit of a different order, but I have to say at the end of this, and yes, I get to the end and I have a feel-good moment for myself as a viewer right at the end of the show, which I don't get very often in the WWE personally. If other people do, great. I hope you do, because the way I felt after this event was over was good. If you are getting that consistently from WWE, I'm actually happy for you. I don't mean that sarcastically. I'm not getting that from the WWE, so I was relatively kind of surprised and happy at the end. I then went back and went, okay, there weren't really any matches that I would tell people, oh man, you got to go back and watch this. But there was some entertaining moments. And again, I expected run-ins in almost every match. And I expected to see Brock Lesnar. I expected to see, why is his name escaping me? The Australian guy that got hurt, Bronson Reed.
Oh, Bronson Reed, yes.
I was expecting to see him for sure. I was expecting a bunch of interference, and I didn't get any except for that one match where I kind of felt like it was needed anyway. So from that standpoint, they had Obafemi win clean, which was the absolute only decision that they should have been making, but they did it. They had Seth Rollins win clean in the cage. Never expected somebody to win clean in that match in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
They had Io Sky win clean. You knew she was going to win, but at least she didn't look weak. And the storyline ended up being, because I thought Dominic Mysterio would come out, I thought the storyline would still be the friction in the Judgment Day rather than just the focus on Io Sky.
Yep.
And then Sami Zayn winning the WWE Championship. I got to tell you, Zach, at the end, I'm checking some boxes that I don't normally check for the WWE. So for me, this is their best show of the year, and it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like WrestleMania. I didn't like. I haven't liked a lot of stuff they've done this year. So again, it's not a 9 out of 10 for me, but it's their best show of the year. And for me, I am going to give this a 7 out of 10.
All right.
I am. Bar is low. They over-delivered from some of the things that I personally was looking for. And my favorite guy on the card won the WWE Championship. So I'm a happy man. 7 out of 10.
See, this is where I come in. I'm the harsh critic. I'm the guy that's like, oh, he's so mean.
We're
so
used to
mean
that.
for the big bad WWE and all that stuff. So, I am less than you. I am not going 7.
Yeah,
I can't in good conscience give this a 7 out of 10 show.
I kind of knew you wouldn't be.
I wasn't looking at this like, wow, this is a 7 out of 10 show that I was not. 4 run-ins, Lee, in the one match. I know what you're saying about Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton, but the fact that it's gotten to this point, like the fact that, the steel cage match is like, oh, nobody ran into the steel cage match. Like it's not a good thing. Like that's not a good standard to have. I'm not giving this a failing grade, though. I'm not going to be going out there and giving this a 3 or a 4.
You can't give it a failing grade.
I can't in good conscience give this a failing grade.
Because I'm going to tell you, I'm not sure another show's going to be better this year. If you don't pass this one, man, we are in for a bad run.
No, this is a passing grade. I agree with you. This is probably WWE's best PLE of the year.
Yep.
I can't think of another one that superseded this personally. None of the WrestleManias did.
No.
Royal Rumble certainly didn't when they were in Saudi Arabia. And like, I can't really think. I'm not giving this a 7 out of 10. I can't in good conscience give this. Backlash.
I remember Backlash not being a very good show.
I will give this a 6.
Okay.
I'll give this a 6.
That feels like a win from you. Okay.
Yeah. That's I think this is pretty the main event match was very good.
Yeah.
It was a very good, it was an objectively good match. And Lee, I'm a new man. I'm all about being objective and making sure I'm looking at it through a positive lens. So I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. Glad we had it in beautiful Riyadh for this show.
Yeah, I mean, Saturday at 1's a tough watch sometimes to make sure that you're in front of your TV with nothing else going on. Saturday at 1.
Yes.
In fact, I am going to call them completely out. Like I was busy yesterday. I was emceeing a golf tournament.
Yep.
Playing not very good in the golf tournament, but great company and emceeing the golf tournament. Might have had one of our regular contributors come over. Like somehow he and his wife and his dog thought that, Leo will just be home for sure watching the show. Like, I mean, it's in beautiful Riyadh. Like it's Night of Champions.
Yep.
In the afternoon. Night of Champions in the afternoon. He'll just be home. So no text, just came over. And all of a sudden, there I am sitting in the golf cart at like hole 14, 15, bit of a wait. Look at the phone for the first time in a few hours. He's lounging on the outside patio furniture.
Oh, geez.
Like, at the palatial estates.
Yeah.
Glad I locked the doors.
Gonna say.
Holy cow.
Man, a lot happens to the palatial estates. You would never think so, but a lot happens to the palatial
Zach,
estates.
between 40 cops and the SWAT team, deer chasing cats the other day, people just coming over and sitting outside and having and it was nice to have an Ashton brew. They did have it in the picture, which I thought was nice. But, on the patio furniture outside, enjoying the palatial estates, which is great. I wasn't here, but I'm sure I could go to theirs and they wouldn't mind either. So I didn't mind. I was actually, sad I wasn't here, but it was just, I bring that whole story up because of the thought process of like, oh yeah, like we haven't talked to him, but like he'll definitely be home watching Night of Champions.
Yes.
Saturday at 1. Like
he's a wrestling fan.
I might have nothing going on possibly in my life to go and play. I was playing bad golf at that time. It's unfortunate. I was terrible yesterday.
Not good, eh?
Not good. Couple good shots at the end that brought us, like, when you're playing in a best ball scramble and you're like struggling to get under par. Not great. Not great.
Ideal.
No. I think the winners were minus 13 in the Richmond Royals golf tournament held at Stittsville Golf Club yesterday.
Yeah.
Good time.
There you go.
Raised some good money.
Nice.
They did have a silent auction that one gentleman came up and he put these bids in for like all these different things. And then he won all of them. And the look on his face that he won 4 different things and he owed like $1,000.
Oh, jeez.
And it was like, I don't think he was prepared to actually have won all of them.
Right. I think he wanted to get up the bidding for them and was like, I might come away with 1 or 2.
Yeah, exactly. Was not expecting all 4, but
ooh.
Yeah.
Imagine having to explain that when you get home.
No, Zach, I couldn't.
Getting that eBay account set up, but
exactly. Anyway, so that's going to do it for us. But on OSN, we're going to be back a little bit later on tonight.
Yep.
For the Red Blacks, This Is Overtime post-game show. And I do know, as I'm looking here, it looks like it's approaching halftime. No score, South Africa and Canada. And also, Forbidden Door tonight. Yes, Slammiversary, and yes, Great American Bash is on. But we've just done an hour on Sami Zayn winning the WWE Championship and talking all WWE. This was not the plan. And I say that, our plan was to come on pretty much on Monday to recap both and maybe a quick mention of Night of Champions because we didn't expect. But when Sami Zayn won the WWE Championship, you're like, yeah, we better get out and do this.
Yep.
So a show today, and then we'll have some Red Blacks tonight. I know if you're listening to this on Monday, you're like, oh man, I'm going to go back and listen to that post-game show, but maybe it'll be worth it because the Red Blacks won a game you didn't expect them to win. Maybe the Red Blacks are Sami Zayn tonight.
That's right.
Where are they? In Montreal.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a great tease right there.
Right.
Jake Mayer getting the quick roll-up and getting the victory for the
right?
Red Blacks.
And then start the bus, get out of town.
Yeah. Get in the car.
Right.
Classic IKEA ad.
Start the car.
Start the car.
Incredible. So maybe that happens tonight, but we will be back soon thereafter on This Is Wrestling for look, I'm excited. Zach, you're excited. A bunch of us are excited for Forbidden Door AEW. And once we get past Forbidden Door tonight, not that I'm looking forward to getting past it, but then we're on the road to redemption. And a lot of us are going, and I'm sure a lot of eyes will be on Montreal July 26th for AEW Redemption at the Bell Center in Montreal. And we are going, and I can't wait. So part of the excitement about going to a pay-per-view is kind of watching the build before it and seeing where they're going to go and exactly what they're going to do. So, because we don't know any matches for that. So we'll find out for Forbidden Door. Any last minute predictions here for Forbidden Door? Have you changed your mind on the main event?
On that steel cage match.
I'm not going to let you. You like Briscoe to win. He's not going to win, and know he's not going to win. MJF's going to be all in white, and he's not going to win. But
you giveth and then you taketh away just immediately.
I don't want to. Yeah, you're not going to get a chance.
Didn't even get a chance to analyze. I wanted a clarifying question, and that was it. Like, I didn't realize that was my limit here. But
do you think? Have you changed your mind on that match?
I have not.
Okay.
I've not changed. But Lee, you know how this rolls. You know how this rolls, Lee. I'm gonna get it wrong, and then I'm gonna have to come on here and tuck my tail between my legs.
The best part about it now is that you've had a chance to correct it. And
a chance is a bit of a straw. It was more of a clarifying question that it got taken away immediately.
No, like, but I'm asking you now, and you.
That's true. Yeah, no, I did stick by it.
You said no.
Yeah, you're right. Fair enough. But I know how this works. I put my name out on a take. It's real tough for me, Lee. The way that this is, I'm in a real rock and a hard place. I could go like super hot takey. It's like, oh, Zach, another raw take. Or I could go with the, well thought out down the middle take, and then I get called Safety Sam. This is the two walls and that I'm stuck between, right? So I'm trying to navigate this down.
You can just get your predictions right.
Oh, that's super simple. Oh, just get the predictions right. Oh, why did I think of that, Lee? Oh my goodness.
I actually asked that question a lot. How come you haven't thought of that?
Well, a lot of thought gets put into like, okay, this is the angle that I want to go down here. My big flaw when it comes to these takes or these predictions is that too many times I'm thinking with my heart instead of my head. Like, sometimes I'm too logical. That sounds like I'm putting myself over, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Like, I'm too logical. Like, WWE couldn't possibly do this, but then they do it. And you're like, I shouldn't be shocked because it's the WWE. But in my head, I'm like, that's too damn stupid to be actually moving forward with this. And it's not the way that I would do it, right? That's also my thing.
You're referencing a WWE thing there when you've had massive Jack Perry fall-offs.
Yep.
You're going to get the main event wrong tonight in Forbidden Door. You've had some AEW hiccups.
There have certainly been some hiccups. Jack Perry continues to be a thorn on my side. I hope he goes to WWE.
Will he be a thorn in your side in WWE?
I hope he goes to WWE. I'm good. I'm good with Jack Perry, but
Can I give you some breaking news?
Sure.
Well, relatively breaking.
Yep.
Slammiversary. The pregame show.
Yep.
They announced a new championship.
Ooh, okay. I know that they were teasing a new championship.
Yeah. The TNA Knockouts Television Championship.
Oh. With what roster do they have the ability to extend out?
That seems negative on your part right away.
That's I'm not opposed to, but do they have more than 10 people on the Knockouts roster to be able to pull that off?
They have a 16-woman tournament kicking off this Thursday, July 2nd on Impact.
Oh, yes, they do.
So they must.
all the stars, I guess. I was not aware of that. All right, well. Well, that's the solution to all your booking problems right there. Just introduce a new title. That's the new way of booking.
Titles.
Yeah.
And as we leave the show, Ethan says there should be zero excitement about Sammy. Well, there's lots of excitement about Sammy.
Yeah.
But
hey, you tell me I'm wrong a lot. I mean, look at that guy.
Well,
jeez.
It's not been a great last stretch for him. But that's okay.
He did message me. He didn't reveal anything. He just said, I'll be PG, screw the WWE. He sent me. And I'm like, uh-oh. I hadn't seen the show yet at that point. I was like, what happened here? The thought did not cross my mind that Sami Zayn had won.
Right.
I was just
especially with
thinking, oh,
that.
they probably did something dumb or whatever.
Because Ethan, this is the best show they've had this year.
Yeah.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I gave it a 6, and
Yeah.
that's high for me.
And for Zach, that feels like a 9. Turn that 6 upside down. Like that's how it feels.
Yeah.
Like not a lot of interference, putting the right people over. Like they got a lot right on this show. Ethan, that's the most Ethan take ever. There should be zero excitement about Sammy.
My favorite
Winning the
Ethan
world
take so
title.
far, my favorite Ethan take so far goes back to hockey, and like in the same show, Lee, in the same show that we were covering it.
Yeah.
He was like, we can't be looking at these upside guys that like we need veterans to come in and come in now and solve it.
Potential means nothing.
Potential means nothing. Like we need these guys now. Like we need guys now. And then literally like an hour later, it's like, guys, these are upside guys. Like these are guys that could be the future of this team. Like in the same show. It was unbelievable.
Ethan says the show was great. Sammy winning was not. Well, go watch the crowd.
Yeah.
Right afterwards and see if it was great.
I will respect his commitment to this. Is like, you know what? Nobody else is doing it, so might as well just commit to it. So I do appreciate that from Ethan.
Yeah. Okay, Zach, you and I will be back on later for Red Blacks. This is Overtime post-game show. We're going to watch Forbidden Door tonight. We will have a review of that coming out probably as early as tomorrow. So it just keeps on rolling here on OSN. This is wrestling. Just every day there's something, right?
There is something new. We have recorded a lot of audio over the last couple of days. You and I and Tanner has also been recording a lot of audio. So it has been with the content just keeps on coming, baby. It's all coming here on This Is OSN. So make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with everything going on.
For Zach McGibbon, I'm Lee Versage. Thanks for listening to another edition of This Is Wrestling.